What is up, folks? Casual Dad here, and since we've been talking so much about Diablo 4, I've been thinking a lot about Diablo 3, thinking a lot about Diablo 2, possibly picking up Diablo 2 Resurrected, and all of that always keeps leaving me back to thinking about Diablo 1, the original, the first. And I just found out that Good Old Games finally released a version that'll actually run on a modern PC without an emulator, no weird quirks, nothing, it just runs, and it is awesome. So we're just going to fire up a game. We'll see how this goes. People always talk about this game being old and slow, and that is absolutely true, but it's a feature, not a bug. Man, it's just so calming. It's weird. It's really funny to think about this, because this was a high-octane game back in the day, and to think about a game about running in a dungeon and fighting demons as being restful, that's ridiculous. So we're just going to do a quick walk through town. I'm going to play a little bit of the game so you can see it, talk about some of the differences and where Diablo 1, 2, 3, and 4 all kind of differ and where they all come from. So we'll meet some characters who should be familiar and others you will never have heard of because they never appear again.
Kind of fellow drinking peace?
I know you got your own ideas, and I know you're not gonna believe this.
That weapon you got there?
He just ain't no good against those big brutes. Oh, I don't care what Griswold says. They can't make anything like they used to in the old days.
Poor Farnham. Such a silly character, and he never appears in any of the other media later. Unless I'm wrong, unless somebody saw him somewhere. Well,
What ails you, my friend? Before it was taken over by, well, whatever lurks below, the cathedral was a place of great learning. There are many books to be found there. If you find any, you should read them all, for some may hold secrets to the workings of the labyrinth.
that right there. Gotta gush. We'll see it in the dungeon in a minute, but one of my absolute favorite things about Diablo 1 is this stupid system where the only way you can learn any spell in the game is by finding that book, either in a store or actually on the ground or in a library in the dungeon. So you can play through the game a dozen times and not get the spell you wanted or the level you wanted, because you read the book to learn the spell, and then you have to find another copy of that book and read that to level it up. So I love it. It's very cool, but ooh, man, is it hard mode. Another thing too is it's also random, and there's a reason all of this was taken away in the later games. Every time you play Diablo 2, 3, or 4, the quests are always the same. In Diablo 1, you fire up a game, and a lot of the quests you find throughout the game are random. So for example, this well is brown. That way I know there's a cursed well mission I'm going to see, but I could have started the game and the well would be blue, and that would mean I didn't get that mission, that run through, and I'd just miss it.
Hello, my friend. Stay a while and listen.
Ah, Deckard, the quote.
Ogden has owned and run the Rising Sun Inn and Tavern for almost 4 years now. He purchased it just a few short months before everything here went to hell.
But
He and his wife, Garda, do not have the money to leave, as they invested all they had in making a life for themselves here. He is a good man with a deep sense of responsibility.
goofy pun right in the beginning. All right, buddy. All right, I see you. Oh, Griswold.
Oh, what can I do for you?
It's for all like the nostalgia in this, it really gets you when you play the later games and you see like, oh, there's zombie Griswold. All right, cool. That's a bummer. So I haven't seen original Griswold in a long time. I'm also pretty sure this voice actor is the same one who does Muradin, so there's extra nostalgia on nostalgia.
Look at that edge, that balance. A sword in the right hands, and against the right foe is the master of all weapons. Its keen blade finds little to hack or pierce on the undead. But against a living, breathing enemy, a sword will better slice their flesh.
And there you go. He's helping you learn about hard mode, and that is that the game is not shy about enemies having resistances, and undead and skeletons resist slashing.
Thank goodness you've returned. Much has changed since you lived here, my friend. All was peaceful until the Dark Riders came and destroyed our village. Many were cut down where they stood, and those who took up arms were slain or dragged away to become slaves, or worse. The church at the edge of town has been desecrated and is being used for dark rituals. The screams that echo in the night are inhuman, but some of our townsfolk may yet survive. Follow the path that lies between my tavern and the blacksmith shop to find the church and save who you can. Perhaps I can tell you more if we speak again. Good luck.
I can't get over it. This is early days Blizzard where the voice actors were reused a bit. So Ogden is also the voice of Zaz, one of the Cerebrats in the original StarCraft. So I can't help but hear him. He's like, "Are you going to give me a mission? Are you here
Good day.
on behalf
How
of the
may I serve you?
Overmind?"
The woman at the edge of town is a witch. She seems nice enough, and her name, Adria, is very pleasing to the ear. But I'm very afraid of her. It would take someone quite brave like you to see what she is doing out there.
Also, no map, no guide, no nothing. Pre-internet, so you had to just walk around and find stuff. I did a little scouting before, so I should be able to find stuff quickly, but it's pretty easy to miss stuff here. A little sprite rocks. It is funny, because you move slowly, the map feels pretty expansive. A little bit too big, even, despite being teeny tiny and very limited.
Over here. Don't trust everything the drunk says. Too many ales have fogged his vision and his good sense.
Oh, Wirt. I think I talked about Griswold. Wirt, too, like... Oh, it's a real bummer that people pretty much only know about Wirt because of his leg. He's got a peg leg. And that's all you find later. Which is also very tragic. We got one more person to talk to, and then we're going to get some actual fighting. If you stayed with me this long, kudos. I'm going to try to make this decently peppy, keep it going, and not take too long. I had another video of this, but it was long, so I'm doing it again. Hence all my scouting and how I was able to find that so quickly. Adria, man, this is a bummer. She was actually one of my favorite characters in the original Diablo, because she's just this wise old woman out on the edge of town.
I sense a soul in search of answers.
I don't love where her plotline went later.
There is much about the future we cannot see, but when it comes, it will be the children who wield it. The boy Word has a blackness upon his soul, but he poses no threat to the town or its people. His secretive dealings with the urchins and unspoken guilds of nearby towns gain him access to many devices that cannot be easily found in Tristram. While his methods may be reproachful, Wirt can provide assistance for your battle against the encroaching darkness.
The encroaching darkness. We're going. Alright, you got one hotkey, and you can use items from staves, so that's my staff, 40 charges, or spells you actually have memorized. And you're, level 2, nice. Being the sorcerer, or the wizard class, this is the sorcerer, you start with some spells and a staff. This is where the original rumor of the cow level came from. If you click on these cows enough, they explode. Not doing that, because that's mean. So people would say, oh yeah, if you click on the cows enough, you can go to the secret cow level. So they would just blow up cows and traumatize kids and then laugh about it. Mean rumor, but it was very sporting of Blizzard to go ahead and turn it into an actual thing in later games. Oh yeah, there we go. I got the butcher quest. This guy's not always here.
Please, listen to me. The Archbishop Lazarus. He led us down here to find the lost prince. Bastard led us into a trap. Now everyone is dead, killed by a demon he called the Butcher. Avenge us! Find this butcher and slay him, so that our souls may finally rest.
Yes, the butcher. Fight. Very fast load screens.
The
Got a map down
sanctity
here.
of this place has been fouled.
Forward. Got some chests. Ooh, that's nice. And you get your nice slow walk. It's very challenging starting out as the sorcerer. You can do a bunch of damage, but that now, I mean, I have 39 shots. And again, books are random. And you also don't start with any healing potions. Up, trap. Everything's trapped in this game. Nice, nice. That's really good. It was a while before I found a healing potion in my last run through. Ow! Everything's trapped. Of course, let's just use that immediately. Ah, yes, the old charged bolt. Lightning was just ridiculous in the original. Well, charged bolt was ridiculous in the original game. It got a little bit better in Diablo 2, but still, the random damage is almost worse. They really do a good job getting you really excited about stuff. Like, you see a little glow off to the side of the room, and sometimes that means there's a champion there. Sometimes that means there's a library. Sometimes it means it's just a torch. Ooh, a magic buckler and a bunch of gold. Gold! Ooh, a scroll of healing, that's handy. There's a thing you may have seen in this. It's hard to really explain, but there's one of the things I've always loved about the Diablo games is the combat has weight. Where like there's that full response loop from like you hit the button, there's a noise, there's an animation, and then you can feel the impact. Like you've seen a couple of these fights where I've gotten a little bit staggered, and also when you hit enemies, they also get staggered. Like there's an actual delay. That adds a ton of tension to the combat that a lot of Diablo clones just kind of miss. They just don't have it. Oh, look at those potions. Nice. The shrines have effects. They give you no guidance whatsoever. You have no idea what they're going to do until you do it. That's a nice one. So that turned all of my health and mana potions into potions that will restore both. Which is great, considering I didn't have any health potions. It's going much better. Throw some armor on here. Also note the, you start naked. And you find gear really slowly. Which is kind of cool. It just gives you a lot more time to like kind of get familiar with your kit and get murdered by a skeleton. Oh, timely level up. Oh yeah. Also, in the early days, you had total control of your own stats. So I do 1, 1, 2, 1, 1. I like to kind of spread them out so that I'm just have more options of builds. There's more equipment I can wear, and I already have quite the edge in intelligence. I don't need to ramp that up yet. At some point later in the game, I'd certainly ramp that more aggressively, but we'll add a little bit to accuracy and durability too, and strength, so I can carry stuff. / use other weapons. That is a cool thing too. It's broken. I did a playthrough as a warrior, just to play it out and just kind of familiarize myself before doing a video. And you can add points to intelligence and learn spells. So the classes are a little bit less distinct than they are in the later games, which is cool because you can go kind of any route you want, but also I really love the sort of cool characterfulness of the newer classes a lot too. So it's kind of gives them a little give and take. There are things I really love and miss about the old Diablo games, but I'm also very glad about some of the cool new stuff they've added. Stuff. Look at how quickly my inventory is filling up. Ooh, okay. All right, let's make this up. Mix this up. And I haven't identified that, so it's magic, but it doesn't give me any effect. It's actually a pretty good piece of gear here. I got some potions. This is much better. In the first run through I did with the same character, I died. Save again while I'm talking about that. Very quickly. And didn't really get a chance to explore much. And even in this playthrough, I haven't found any books yet. Which my warrior found just libraries on libraries stacked together, so oops. Oh yeah, much more effective. Splat. Of course, you take a hit, you feel it. But yeah, a couple things you'll see in later levels. Of course, you get better spells and get better gear. Still the same basic game, which is kind of great. The game is also very short, so it's really not that bad. That it's a little repetitive. My armor's about to break on me, but that's alright. Yeah, Yeah, I want to say there's a total of 16 levels. Every 4 there's a change in the scenery. So this is like your basic basement, and then it goes to a little bit more of a rocky, cobblestoney feel. Then it gets a little bit more, then it becomes straight up hellish. Oh, hear me roar. That's just what he gets for saying that. Oh no! There's a really limited sprite paths. Ooh, man, that was a beating. There's very limited sprite paths, so the lanes where things can appear in are very limited. Oh, it's already broke my armor. So that's why it's very easy to miss with your spells. Which also makes that charge bolt randomness not as bad as it looks. I'm gonna go after the surface in a minute because I'm running out of resources. And my stuff's breaking. And I got a little gold to throw around, so I can see about buying some stuff. Maybe some clothes. Just wear some more broken armor. Save the game, I almost died there. Save early, save often. I like swords. And also I'm having more trouble with the squishies than the rattlies. Something I haven't mentioned yet either is as you kill monsters, when you highlight one, you'll see the number of kills, and then over time, that'll also start to show you their resistances. So this guy, no magic resistance. You can also see where all of these original monsters come from. So zombies are used a little bit less in later games. But Fallen are in every single version. Skeletons are in most. I think skeletons are in every one. Those little leaping things appear in some form or another in most of the games. Another thing I really miss about this game that Diablo 2 kind of does, and 4 is coming back to, but 3 just totally skipped, is doorways. If you're in a tough fight or there are a lot of enemies rolling around, you just back your way through a door and use that to kind of limit the number of guys that can get at you at once. And that gives you this whole kind of level of tactical combat that doesn't happen in the later games. But also you feel a bit like a wimp in this game compared to the other ones. Oh boy. Time to go to town. Alright, yeah, town trip. We're hurting. And I'm just going to run to town real quick, and then we'll go ahead and wrap up. I may do some more videos. If you really want to see it, I may do an actual playthrough. If you really just want to see more of the game, let me know. And also that Good Old Games link to the actual working version that they have. I'll go ahead and post that in the description, show notes. Yeah, I'll go ahead and put that in the notes so you can see that too and get to it if you want to. What do you got?
Good day. How may I... When Farnham said something about a butcher killing people, I immediately discounted it. But since you brought it up, maybe it is true.
And these all have, they all have different dialogue options throughout the game, and there aren't a ton of them, so each one has a lot of dialogue.
Welcome to the Tavern of the Rising Sun. Yes, Farnham has mumbled something about a hulking brute who wielded a fierce weapon. I believe he called him a butcher.
Well, what can I do for you? I saw what Farnham calls the Butcher, as it swathed a path through the bodies of my friends. He swung a cleaver as large as an axe, hewing limbs and cutting down brave men where they stood. I was separated from the fray by a host of small screeching demons. and somehow found the stairway leading out. I never saw that hideous beast again, but his blood-stained visage haunts me to this day.
Hello, my friend. Stay a while and listen.
What? That was terrible. What was that? Gross. What's that? I forgot too that some of the magic abilities on these weapons are bad. Just weaker armor, great. I forgot to ask him about the butcher.
Kind of fellow drinking peace? Big cleaver, killing all my friends. Couldn't stop him, had to run away, couldn't save them. Trapped in a room with so many bodies, so many friends. No!
Oh, Farnham. Extra sympathy for Farnham. Doesn't get his own game. Traumatized. Ridiculed by the townsfolk.
I'm glad I caught up to you in time. Our wells have become brackish and stagnant, and some of the townspeople have become ill drinking from them. Our reserves of fresh water are quickly running dry. I believe that there is a passage that leads to the springs that serve our town. Please find what has caused this calamity, or we all will surely perish. What ails you, my friend? By the light, I know of this vile demon. There were many that bore the scars of his wrath upon their bodies when the few survivors of the charge led by Lazarus crawled from the cathedral. I don't know what he used to slice open his victims, but it could not have been of this world. It left wounds festering with disease, and even I found them almost impossible to treat. Beware if you plan to battle this fiend.
Yeah, the original Butcher is no joke. You almost certainly can't beat him when you actually get to him, so you have to kind of go around for a while.
What ails you, my friend?
So there you have it, Diablo 1. I'm going to go back in the dungeon real quick and see if I can find a library at the end of this level. So yeah, no books. None. But why? But we're going to go ahead and bust this out and use up all these charges. 14. Boy, it's not going to be a ton. But looking at the monsters down there, I'd only killed maybe 15 of each kind.
Your death will be avenged.
Ooh. It's funny too, they really did a really very caring recreation of this and reimagining of this in Diablo 3. That was one of the few things about it that was really nostalgic. Generally, Diablo 3 was such a departure from the game. I enjoyed the story, I enjoyed the gameplay, but talked a couple times kind of about the weight and like the importance of every encounter and every fight. You get none of that in Diablo 3. Alright, where to next? See if we can clear this dungeon for y'all pretty quick. Ah, missed some gold. Shame on me. Where is my Diablo Klepto Spirit? Oh, I guess I already cleared the level. Well, already watch. It's been 3 hours. Yeah, it's... Oh, I still really enjoy playing this game. It's just such a... It's like a retro shooter, but it's a retro fighting RPG, like the original Gauntlet games. Just such a throwback. Whoa! Got a champion in the first room, dang.
Do not have a spell ready.
Oh, got him. Ooh, and he dropped a thing. He's using this doorway to great effect. Nope.
I do not have a
Nope.
spell ready.
Woohoo! Run away! Ooh, that was close. That's why I use the doors. Wow. No, I need to get those full healing potions. I gotta build up some gold. And then you can also hotkey these. Ooh, yeah. Burning Dead. Guess what they're immune to? I mentioned them not being shy about giving enemies resistances. That was quite the first room to bust open. I did see a little extra glow through the door. Oh, that was dumb. And thought that might be a champion there, but wasn't sure. Ah, a level. Look at that. And there's that. Wait, that was just one derpy little champion in the middle of a room, and I feel so accomplished having beaten that thing. Especially because I almost died. Ah, I gotta stop doing that. Oh, hey, they only resist fire. Cool. And you could hear him. You could hear that bone sound. Ooh, when I hit that guy a minute ago. Yeah, I guess since we're out of charges, this will give me more mana and make my spells a little bit more powerful because I have the extra magic in it. Found the down arrows. You can, or the downstairs. You can just rocket through this game. You will die almost immediately. But if you're especially good or got a really powerful build, ooh, what's that? You can play very quickly. You don't have to complete the level. And they will run away and try to heal, especially these guys who hide, who can go invisible. Kind of seeing them shift out of the darkness. Gotcha. I can hear the impact when they land a hit, even if it doesn't get them. Ooh, a staff.
I have no room.
It's a staff of feeling. I can use that in a pinch. Ooh, that's nice. The old mana shield. It's a really powerful wizard spell that instead of taking damage in your health, you take damage in your mana. I'm pretty sure that this room next door, man, I'm really hurting. Pretty sure this room next door is the quest, the Poisoned Well quest, so I may see if I can complete that. But there are a ton of little mini quests throughout the game.
I have no room.
To a dark passage. That's ominous. Oh yeah. Use up all your mana for the level up. Getting all my offensive scrolls and none of my potions. Alright, I'm getting distracted. Alright, quest. And this looks very much like the terrain you'll see later in the game. Ah! no. Oops. Accidentally used my scroll. Ouch. Alright, we're gonna use our stuff of healing. Handy to find that. How much strength do I need to use that? I like the cloak. Cool look. This isn't a long quest, so I'm gonna go ahead and keep on going. Oh god, Goatman. That's right. Oh no. Save early, save often. You don't get autosaves. Woo. Handy. I don't know why my armor came off. Alright. And here, this is just... Oof. Oof. We're gonna get some potions. We're gonna get some potions. And you will find staves and scrolls of town portal, so you aren't totally married to just walking up the stairs every time, especially multiple levels deep. And every time you go to a new area, every 4 levels deep on that level, there's a shortcut that'll take you back up to the surface. So it actually sometimes is faster to go down than it is to go back up, but risky, because there's monsters down there. This also should probably make it clear that playing as the sorcerer or the wizard is hard mode. It's much, much easier to play as the fighter. Not only do you start with health potions, but you start way more durable. And you can run out of gold if you have to come to town and get a bunch of resources like this, which is why it's really nice that Pepin's healing is always free. That's great. And I think that Adria's stave recharging is relatively cheap.
I sense a soul in search of answers.
Relatively being, doing a lot of work there. We're gonna go into this fight prepared. Gotta heal up real quick, get some more potions, then I'm gonna just take care of that goat man. And hey, if you're still with me, cool, thank you.
Well, what can I do for you?
Now I need health potions. Bummer, that's a pretty cool ability.
What ails you, my friend?
I get 2. Man, I really need to ramp this up. It's pretty embarrassing to be beat up this badly, this early, and just, like, not have found the resources. So, hey, there's some of that randomness in effect. Like, this is definitely a very challenging game for small successes. If you're into the Dark Souls games and want something of a similar lack of respect, but also kind of a, different power curve. Different difficulty curve rather than your average game. Like, this one will really get you. It does have saves, so you can just save and load anytime, which is really nice. but it is not an easy game. But at the same time, it is. Like, the challenges are small. Even when they're very difficult, it's just like, all right, I gotta walk a little bit to buy some potions and, like, recharge some stuff, and I'll find a way. There may only be one goat man here. If I nail another couple of charge bolts, we'll be good. Wow. It's that staggering I was talking about. Ow! Talked myself up the whole way in here. I was like, this will be easy. Well, hey, here we go. Let's try that again, shall we? Maybe we can take out the goat man without losing all of our health. That is why we save. And save more often so we don't have to do the walk again. Excuse me. This is cool. This is the one quest that I didn't get. My fighter, my first playthrough, was really, really lucky. He got pretty much all of the side quests. But not this one. One goatman has never been so scary. Oh, you hear that? I got one way down the way. Wow. Another goat. Oof. Come on, charge bolt. Down to 3 charges, great. Okay. Bust up that staff of healing real quick. I don't know if I can finish this, guys. I don't know if I can finish it. And if I don't finish it this time, we'll call it. I mean, I'll come back and do it for sure, but I won't make you sit through the video. Or will I? Ugh. We got this. There's probably one more goat, and he's just gonna kill me. Ooh, the weird music is up. Oh no, it's a goatman archer. It's a ridiculous game. What else we got? Alright, so it's the archer and then that one fallen. Uh-oh, what was that? Oh, and then another goat. Alright, y'all. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna save at a point where I can run. But this is a really early level to be going up against goats. This guy's gonna get me. Man, tough quest. Oof. Alright, you know what? I just need more charges of my staff. Do I have the gold to do it? I am not sure I have the gold to recharge it. We're gonna try. Nah, okay, there you go. We're gonna stop this enough. I'm gonna finish it, but I'll probably come back to it later. That was it, Diablo 1. I love this game. It is hard, and I don't remember that quest being that hard. This guy's just really unlucky. But yeah, there you go. Diablo. Hope you like it. Again, the link to where you can find this and good old games will be in the description. And yeah, definitely worth checking out while we wait for Diablo 4, or if you just want to experience some of those a little bit more